we are going to derive second equation of motion with the help of graphical method. And this is equation of motion that we are going to derive. S is equal to ut plus half at square. In this equation of motion, S is equal to displacement, u is initial velocity, t is time, a acceleration. And this second equation of motion tells about the position and time relation. Position means S and time is t. So sometime the question can be asked in your exam that derive equation of motion which tells about the relationship between position and time. So remember this relation. So first, although I have drawn the outline of this graph, so this is actually VT graph. Clear? Time lies on x-axis and velocity lies on y-axis. And this is the origin point. Let's take O, where x and y meet. And as you can see, this red line indicates the path taken by any object. Means this is the starting point and this is the end point of the journey. Clear? And in this graph, as you can observe that this graph is not being started from 0 point, this point, origin point. So it means the initial velocity is not 0. Okay, any graph is started from this origin point, it means the initial velocity is 0. But this graph is started above this origin point, it means this graph, this VT graph has some initial velocity. Clear? Again, and this area, this line indicate initial velocity. Clear? And draw, after taking this path, draw two perpendicular on x-axis and y-axis from this end point. Draw this line also. Clear? And now mark all the point. This is the starting point A, this is end point B. Let's take this C and this is D and E. You can take any point, right? So this is this is the starting point where the initial velocity, and this is end point where it shows final velocity, right? So let's first explain this graph. Now this OA is equal to CD is equivalent to U. Clear? And this AC is equal to OD. Clear? Can be taken because AC is parallel with OD and it's equal to T, right? And this BD is the sum total of BC plus CD, right? So we can calculate BC, BD minus CD, and BD is the final velocity, full velocity, and this CD is initial velocity. So let's take V minus U. Clear? This we have already described in first video while deriving first equation of motion. So in order to derive the second equation of motion, first we start with the one statement that you all are aware, that if we have any path in VT graph, that the path, the area under this path is equivalent to displacement. Clear? Is equal to its displacement. Means that displacement you can write like displacement is equal to area under graph. Up, what is graph in this equation? In this graph, what is the graph? AB is the graph, clear? AB is the graph and area under this graph is OABD. So you can write that area under graph, that is, you can mention OABD. Clear? So in this VT graph, area under the graph is OABD, right? And it is equivalent to its displacement. As you all are aware that displacement is equal to area under graph, that is OABD. Now observe this graph carefully. This OABD figure consists two shape. Like it consists one triangle and one rectangle. So the total area of this figure is equivalent to the sum total of area of triangle and area of rectangle. So we can write like this, that displacement is equal to area of triangle, triangle is ABC, plus area of rectangle OACD. Clear? Ab now displacement is area of triangle ABC, as you all are aware, half into base into height. Up, this is the triangle ABC, and in this triangle, what is base? AC is the base and BC is the height. So AC into BC plus area of rectangle means length into breadth. This is the rectangle OACD, and what is the length? OD and OA. This is the breadth of this triangle and this is length of the triangle. So we can write like this, instead of area of OACD, OA, this is breadth into OD. Clear? Now you can put the value from this graph. Displacement can be represented by S is equal to half. What is AC? You can see AC is, in this we have already mentioned, AC is equal to OD is equal to T, because this line is parallel to this line and this is equivalent to total time. Clear? This represent total time taken by this journey. So AC is equivalent to T, and BC. What is BC? Now BC is, we have already calculated BC is equal to V minus U. So here you can mention V minus U plus, what is OA? What is OA? OA is equal to U, because here you can see OA is U, initial velocity. So now you can put the value, OA is U into OD. OD is again time. Clear? So now half T V minus U plus UT. Now as you compare with the final equation of motion with this, S is equal to half T V minus U plus UT. UT is this. Clear? Now you have to prove half AT square also. So now you need to put A instead of V minus U. So now let's take first equation of motion. First equation of motion. What is the first equation of motion? Just recall. V is equal to U plus AT. So now you can derive the value of v minus u from equation of motion, first equation of motion. So v minus u is equal to at. Now you can put the value of v minus u from first equation of motion here. So now you can write s is equal to half t v minus u. What can you write? At plus ut. Now half t multiplied by at, so at square plus ut. Now rearrange this. S is equal to ut plus half at square. So in this way you can prove second equation of motion. In order to understand the application of second equation of motion, let's take this example. The brakes applied to a car produce an acceleration of 6 meter per second square in the opposite direction to the motion. If the car takes 2 seconds to stop after the application of brakes, calculate the distances travelled during this time. Now in this numerical, first we write given. Before writing the given part, I would like to mention here, whenever in any numerical that the car apply brake or any vehicle apply brake, it means the final velocity is 0. Why the final velocity is 0? Because after applying brake, the car would stop. Clear? So whenever any vehicle would stop, then the final velocity is equal to 0. Clear? And after applying brake, that the car produce an acceleration, means this is retardation. We use retardation instead of acceleration. Why we use retardation here? Because whenever we apply brake, the car reduce its speed, car decrease its speed. So whenever the velocity decreases, then we apply retardation instead of acceleration. So this is the value of retardation, means A is equal to, A would be negative. Retardation value would be negative. Clear? And this is 2 seconds, time is given. And we need to calculate the distance in this numerical. So here I will mention that distance is equal to displacement in this numerical, because the car usually in straight line motion. So whenever any object is in straight line motion, then distance is equivalent to displacement. So we use this symbol for distance. So here we need to calculate distance. We can't apply directly this second equation of motion to calculate this distance. Why? Because we don't know this initial velocity. So first we have to calculate u from equation 1. So whenever in the same numerical we apply more than one equation of motion. So first we apply first equation of motion to calculate initial velocity. V is equal to 0, u plus minus 6 into 2. So u is equal to 12 meter per second, right? Now you can put the value of u into second equation of motion so that you can calculate this distance. Now u is 12 into 2 plus half into minus 6 into 2 square. 3. S is equal to 24 plus 2 2 ja 4, 4 3 ja 12, but minus 12. S is equal to 24 minus 12, 12, and meter, because distance and displacement unit is meter. So in this way we can calculate any numerical by using more than one equation of motion. So in this video we have covered second equation, derivation of second equation of motion with example.